My background is I am an economist, international trade specialist from Colombia. That's my title in Colombia. And here, when I came to United States, I came as a refugee because the father of my oldest daughter was killed over there by the guerrilla. So the government, I used to work with the government over there with the judicial branch. I used to be the director of human resources over there. So they took me, they told me, you know, it's better that you leave from the country and we are going to help you, and that's the reason why I came to the United States. And my little one, she was 8 years old when I came. I think that's something important that we had to keep in mind is whatever we put in our minds, in our brain, it comes to us wherever we go. And that's the best, and I do think that is a good advice for our children, because knowledge, education, and I believe manners and ethics is something that you can teach your little ones, and that's nobody can take that from them, and that's the best that you can do. That's the best legacy that we can leave to our children and the people that in some way we are catching. God has been amazing and abundantly generous with me. Knowing people like Mr. Lozama. When I tell you guys that you don't imagine how God can always lead you, is the way that we had to always put Him first in everything that we do. So Mr. Andre makes a really excellent point that we all write it down. So now we are taking your ideas, and I was very proud myself also, because when you hear from someone that you see that is successful, and from someone that you see they had been doing great things. And when I was listening to your son, to Dominic, and I spoke with him, he's very proud of you. And that's the best. I do believe in my case, the best thing that we can have is that our children feel proud of us, because it means that we really have the ethics at home, because everybody can know, you know, Liliana publicly and Gloria Fonseca can be, you know, always energetic and always doing things and always, you know, accountable. But if at home, the real people that knows me is the one that live with me. Those are the ones that had to really say who I am. So when I came to this country, again, I came with my brain and nothing else. We were not allowed to bring anything, just a clothes and some money. And I started working in the social field, because for me, always was important to work like in an office and you know, in an environment that I didn't feel somebody was telling me, oh no, you have to start, you know, cleaning, or you have to do something else because, you know, you don't have the English, you don't have, you know, you have a title over there, but you don't have title over here. And in that sense, I say, well, okay, I had my brain with me and I brought it, and I say, no, I had to do it. And I went to school and I you know, I learned English in the community schools. And that's why we had to take advantage of all the money that the government puts in free programs. And I never get tired to insist on that, because when I started working in the social field, I became an advocate for domestic violence victims and also for human trafficking victims. And when I discovered the social field, I fell in love. I felt passion to help people. And we start today saying that serving is the best thing that you can do. In my church, we used to say, who doesn't serve, don't serve. Because at the end, if everything that you know, if everything that you have, you don't share it, or you don't do something for somebody else, it's not worth it. It's not really worth it. So every time that I commit with something, I follow through. And if I had to stay until 11 p.m. until midnight, because I had to put together, because I you know, give my word and I compromise. When we were doing and organizing this office, I feel very proud when I come here, because guess what? Who painted this office? My company. My company did it. Right. Dr. Etienne was looking for resources, and she was always looking for who can help, because there were no money. And I said, Dr. Chan, okay, I can paint it, for free. And when I came here and I saw everything, I said, Dr. Chan, your dreams are always, put in place, and you can get everything that you put in your mind. So that's the people that you need to stick with. That's the people that you need to learn from, because I know that she just feel passion to serve. She didn't have resources, but she always was knocking doors, and she always was looking for people that support her. And Fonsi Selassie is my company. We do painting and carpentry. That's my husband. My husband came to this country and he started, in the construction field. He doesn't speak English at all. It's very difficult for him. And he always told me, you go and you learn English. You go and you study, because I need you to do what you know to do. So he was, working really hard. And then I was working in the social field, and I became a good advocate, because everything that you commit, you need to follow through. And that's important. I don't think that Mr. Andre make any other emphasis, because it's important that if you sign for something, no matter how much you need to put, no matter the resources that you need to give, no matter the time, you need to do it. And when I started working with my husband, he said, you always help people, why you don't help me? And I said, what do I know about construction? Anything. I don't know. He said, well, just try. And well, I did try. And we incorporated the company on August 1st, 2017. So we are pretty much new. But when I started, my first thought was, I want to paint for FEMA. And I became, to register with SAM, and there are many things that you need to do. And that's why I now think that for entrepreneurs, you need to think big. If you decide and you already made your investigation of what type of corporation do you want, and then you need to sign for that, go and be part of the programs that are free. They benefit you, because my advice for any entrepreneur is sign for free programs. Financial education is very important. There are many institutions that offer financial education. If you don't have your numbers, you don't know how much is your cost of good values, you're never gonna know how much money you're making. You're never gonna know if you need to hire another employee, because you don't know if you have the capacity to pay another employee. So it's very important. I am an economist, but I came to this country and I didn't know about the laws of this country. I had to learn, I had to study, I had to read a lot. And after that, I have decided to give back. So we start, signing for all the cities. So I am registered as a SBE. So I am a contractor with the county. I did all the procedures and all the paperwork that I had to do in order to become an SBE certified contractor. I know the director of the Small Business Division of Miami-Dade County, because I became as a vice chair of the advocacy committee in Miami-Dade Chambers of Commerce. We used to meet every Tuesday, 8 a.m. We had to go to meetings. We had to knock in the commissioner's doors. We had to send emails. That was free. Nobody pays you for that. But I wanted to do something not just for my firm. I wanted to do something for all the companies that are small business owners, that they don't know how to become SBEs, how to get those certifications, and how to get contact with the county. And the only way to do it is that you be involved, that you get with the people that knows better than you, and that you work hard. That's the way. That has been my experience as an entrepreneur. And also, I decide to continue giving back to the community, because I do feel passion for domestic violence and for human trafficking. When I was a child, I grew up in a domestic violence environment all the time. My daddy was a crazy, almost killing my mom every time that he hit her, and she was always bleeding and all of that. So that's why God used me in order to understand how to help domestic violence victims here when He decided to put me in the social field. So after that you are working, after that you have the ability to get certifications here in the United States. This country is amazing. This country is a blessing for everyone that really wants to get wherever you want to get, because the limit here is the sky. If you work, if you study, if you follow through, if you volunteer, we need to encourage all the owners, all the business owners to volunteer. There are many organizations like Global Innovative Foundation that they are looking for $200, for $500, because they need to. Thank you that you were supporting. You are the sponsor for this event. I did sponsor another event. Of course, I am small, so Mr. Andre has more money than me. So
of course.
I support Global Innovative Foundation in another event. I came to volunteer when we were doing the big opening for this office. We were here at 10 p.m. organizing everything. So that's what we need to do. We need to give back to the community. And after that you give back to the community, God never fails.
Yep.
The day that I was here with the big opening, and this is a testimony, the commissioner, Sheriff, Barbara
Dr.
Sheriff,
Sharif.
she was here, and she was part of the panelists, and she gave some proclamation also to Dr. Etienne. And I approached her and I let her know after that she heard me. She said, "I like you," and I said, "Thank you, doctor, thank you, commissioner." And she said, "You do painting, isn't it?" And I said, "Yes." "Give me your cup." 4 months after, she called me and she gave me one project. So God never fails.
That's true.
And whenever you volunteer, whenever you give back, I never expect nothing to be retributed. But at the end, we follow and we serve a fairly God, a good God, good Father, that He knows what we need when we need it. And that's one of the testimonies to volunteer. I do believe that small business need to really go to the places where you really take advantage of your time. As a business owner, it's very limited our time. So I had decided to where to invest my time. And Miami-Dade Chambers of Commerce is a good place to invest my time. It's a good place to volunteer my time, because one of the pivot, what I did during the pandemic, of course, the painting was something that you were not allowed to do it. Because you were not allowed in anybody's homes, and commercial projects, they were like on hold. But what I did was, because I have all my financial ready, all my numbers perfect, I start applying for every grant, every benefit, and I got like 6 grants sitting in my computer, writing down applications, 5 hours, 4 hours, sending all my documentation, and I got good money.
Yep.
And then I invested in my collaborators. I don't want to call employees, because I do believe that people that work with you, they collaborate for you to grow up. They are the important part where you need to help them to feel that belonging to your company. If they feel that they belong to your company, they're gonna be loyal, and that's the people that you need. So I invest in some programs. I help them with mental health services. We did hire a company that provide them, some sessions, and we realized that one of our employees, one of our collaborators, his children were removed from Department of Children and Family. So we start helping him. We are in that process. And that's what we need to do as a business owner. We need to make sure, Mr. Lozama said, we are in family today. And that's the way that we need to treat our collaborators, the people from the chamber, the people that you volunteer with or at. And the other part that I do as a giving back to the community, I am now coaching other small businesses and micro businesses, and another company that's called a nonprofit organization, Branches.
Yeah.
So I help them, because people need to know that we can get federal contracts, we can get government contract, local government contracts, and that's what I'm doing. I got 2 contracts already with Miami-Dade County. We are painting the Department of the fire stations, Central. We are painting those. I got another big contract, and that's me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. There's so much we can highlight from your presentation, Gloria. Take advantage of government programs, sharing your knowledge, surround yourself with people who can inspire you, follow through on your commitments, think big, right? Have a good understanding of your finance, get certified with your municipalities, and the last thing, the big thing, is give back to your community. Thank you so much. All that, and we're going to turn to Viola. Viola, we all spoke about how to, how to get connected.